Okay, we're back with more Divinity Original Sin. I had a Comcast outage this past Thursday, so I wasn't able to play for my planned 4 hours. We're just going to do a quick 2-hour session here, and then probably another 2 hours next weekend.
Are Satan's enemies nearby?
I left myself some notes to level up and look into upgrading my gear, so let me do that first here. Attributes. Let's keep plugging intelligence. Leadership, maybe. Armor specialist, maybe. Sure, why not? Okay, holograph. Dexterity, probably. I'm gonna leave some floating here for like lockpicking. So we could do another point of dual wielding. Reduces cost of attacking by 3 AP. Never mind, let's do that. Shoot them out, thanks. This name. Let's see, I think bow's already maxed out. Yeah. A few more points in Tenebrium, or just save the points for now. I'll probably just hold on to them. Leadership doesn't stack, to my knowledge. I keep putting points in two-handed, it's fine. Okay, and now we need to check equipment upgrades, and then we'll finish exploring this cave. Lots of things I could try. I could try this one. Strength 13 required. Level difference is a problem. Getting much of an improvement here on the main character, but all my damage comes from other stuff right now anyway. Coffin Feeder is one-handed, and I've kind of doubled down on two-handed weapons for... This might be better. No, it's actually worse, surprisingly. Despite being significantly higher level. Okay. I don't think she has anything that's competitive then. I think I just got crazy lucky on that Tenebrium sword. Yeah, nothing really competes, it looks like. Well, this might. Let's see. Ah, but no added damage. Alright. What about Wolgraf? Snakebite's the best possible thing, and I think that that's also worse. Maybe Bear Daughter has a new bow. It's a level difference penalty, but I think it will be better once she gets one more level up. The Constitution increase is quite nice. Next highest regular bow is pretty far down. Maybe just that Tenebrium stuff is really good. Because it requires investment in another stat to be able to use. I don't know. Alright, well, no new equipment. We're looking for a magical key in here somewhere. Glacia. Might want to see, hold on, if I can cast the hail attack on that. Don't think that cut it. I'd have to get it to spawn without it aggroing, I think.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Key to the study. Hey.
Fortune!
There's that then. Sneaking failed.
Too big for a bouquet, too noxious for a windowsill.
Nothing for it but to uproot the big, ugly thing.
You got damage. It's on purpose, but okay. So what counts as behind this thing? This does, apparently. Oh, a little ad died immediately. Okay. There's the bow kit part 2. I thought I had more parts of the bow kit,
Sigurd's
but...
beard, what a find!
It's up. Movement down. Probably just end up selling that. Send to Homestead, please. It's too heavy. It's a terrible amulet. Got it. Don't need any of that, I don't think.
No, shouldn't have done it.
What are you talking about?
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. No, bad yokes, bad. No, bad yokes. Very bad. Shouldn't have done it.
Take my leave. Is that all, Yox?
No way out! No way out!
What are you doing here? Maradino the Marvelous won't appreciate your disturbing his things. Not one bit.
Maybe I can just go in the study now.
If this was once someone's hidden lair, it seems they've long abandoned it by now.
It certainly doesn't seem to have been a planned departure, does it?
True. This place just seems empty, okay. There's a chest. Full of garbage. Garbage that's worth a decent amount of money, I guess. One I tried to open, I think, was right near the entrance. This one, I think. Right.
The wizard's study, is it? I doubt he'll mind if we help ourselves to any goodies he might have left behind.
I don't see anyone here to stop us in any case.
Pandara Eagleheart. Radino's Cold Bones. I can met himself in the third person. Witch and the Beast. This one seems familiar. Dino and the Matchbox. Melodia the Dissonance.
Maradino loves to read, but you've got to be quite sharp to find his secret literature.
Secret literature. Ignea Kapul. Huh. Interesting. Deadly Spores, Master, Geomancer. Definitely worried about all these corpses on the ground. Meridino Stormy Nights. So these are all elements, I think.
Does anything seem different now?
Secret book. Okay. Open something. Devouring Greed. Okay. Cookies tasted terrible. Got it. I think there's the bloodstone I'm here for. Okay. So here's a bunch of books that are slightly connected to elements. Oh, hey, where's sheep recipe? Keep your finest sheep's wool for me, will you, Father? Wear sheep armor. Take a lock of the finest seasonal undead used wool. Increase your resistance to all things unfair. Can I have the other piece of that? Fire wear sheep wool with an elemental forge. We certainly haven't found the wear sheep wool. Bloodstone.
The bloodstone here all by itself. Who'd abandon such a valuable relic?
I'd say it's rather more hidden than abandoned. We
Bloodstone,
ought to tread lightly
as
if we're to take
powerful
it
as
out.
it is sinister. On the mend!
Maradino's secret files. Learn how to enter the cave of the Troll King. Interesting, but I think I already did that.
Lucky find!
Horrific Scream. Alright, does everything aggro me on my way out now? Probably. Yep.
Hold your tongue and listen closely.
I'll get 2 of them at least.
No glory in this death.
Ghost of Maradino's here. Maradino's ghost. He's actually quite buff.
Seeker's strength surge within me.
Alright, Wolgraf can talk now. Backstab seems kind of janky. Like, it seems like you have to be pretty squarely inside this for it to count. Less forgiving than I would hope. Rude. Slip on the ice.
Hold your tongue and listen closely. Maradino the Omniscient. Welcome the Forsaken. Forsake me not. Return to me.
Hey, how dare you?
I invoke an icy hero.
Didn't slip and fall.
That ought to hurt.
Hey, only I may do that. Kill the other one again. Maybe I'll just res it again next turn.
Carol Poison Breath, knower of Nightshade, your eternal night is over. Return!
And he's frozen. Go ahead and buff everybody. Kill. Cross the ice safely was the point of that.
Once my arrow tastes blood, it craves more!
Nice. Just leaves the one frozen thing, right?
Icicle of Torment!
Super frozen. No, Ice Wall. Always kicking my ass. There we go. Fire Staff of Silencing.
Oh!
Graph is tripping, son of a bitch. Excellent metal boots. Strength 9, +1 speed, air resist, bartering, and HP. That might be better. I have to take a look. This one... Movement, initiative, inflict frozen on contact. That one might also be good. Let's see. It's kind of hard to negotiate with some of these. One has Dex on it, so I probably can't swap it. Bear Daughter, maybe? I think that's better for Bear Daughter. I think the one that has strength on it might be better for her. Better armor, better HP. Doesn't give immunity to crippled. I'd love to have immunity to knockdown, but it's not easy to come by. So the ghost enemies didn't really drop anything, it looks like. Elven Air Wand. Oh. This one, leadership. That might be better than the Staff of Imagination. Well, no, because I think the stat boosts are worth it on that. Yeah. Send heavy stuff out of here. Sort of Holy Flame isn't really doing me any favors. I might use the coffin feeder at some point. Alright, well I think I've got 12 bloodstones, so I think I can progress in the final dungeon. Or what I think is the final dungeon, the Source Temple? It seems like it since it requires all the, or a good chunk of the side quests to be touched. I can progress in the dungeon that requires the bloodstones. I can see there being 12 hours of content. Really, 22 hours? I can't see there being 22 hours, so this can't be the final dungeon. Wait, was there a button here the entire time? Maybe that's just because I have the bloodstones now. Or I just missed it before. I was looking around this room for a way in there for a while. Maybe this is when, like, we pass the Bloodstone trial, and then it unlocks, like, the Divinity part of the game.
A tremendous power approaches. Yes, a seed of the divine has been planted among mortals, and the sprout bends toward the light by which it sprang. What do you seek, O seed of the divine?
I wish to enter this chamber.
Ah, great one. Your ascension is not yet complete. Enter you may, and enter you shall.
Oh, this might be the thing that's supposed to block based on Blood Shard Collection. Or Star Shard Collection, rather.
Are still in disarray. Collect them, arrange them, and then you will be ready for what lies beyond. Your journey may yet take you deep within the corners and castles of Rivlon's greatest secrets. But if you succeed, all will be made clear.
Incomplete, must restore ourselves. Teller of secrets to share a secret about where we can find more star stones.
Once more, a great power graces the
Can I just go in? Because I think I have 12.
Ah, great one. Your journey may yet...
Huh. I thought I had 12. Let me take a look here. Maybe I need to have one extra one from when I first talked to the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Once more, a great... Ah, your journey...
Interesting that the log is clear. Find more Starstone, remember more of our past. Oh, remember more of our past might mean we have to do the side quest in the End of Time. They said there's something in there with the, there's like a side quest in Northern Luculla Forest that we have to do in order to get the tapestry to fill out. I guess that makes sense if that's what we're missing. We haven't unlocked the final elemental shop either.
Ouch! These bleeding meteors have burnt holes in my favorite sneakers, knickers, and
Ulla
trousers.
North. Okay. So might actually be Goblin Forest might be the best place to start here. Goblin Village, rather. I think there's a whole section up here that I just happen to never get around to, like up here somewhere. This might be the place where I needed to have Tenebrium weapons. I gathered them and ended up not actually using them.
I could do with a cold drink.
So I think both Bear Daughter and yeah, Bear Daughter and Melilai have them. So let me see what I can do for Marstead and Fulgraf. Can't equip this. What is his current strength? 10? Cannot equip that. It would be nice if I could, because it would be perfect for this. Two-handed axe is strength 11. I could boost 2. One-handed axe, strength 11, tenebrium 3. Yikes. Never identified this one, apparently. Okay. Or that one. Probably not going to use a bow on this character. Inebrium dagger, dex 9. We'll throw that on full graph here in a second. Thinking the wand department, but I guess that makes sense. Okay, so Woolgraph, buddy. It's a punching down. This one. So we won't be able to hit with the other item, I don't think.
It's a mirage.
I'll have to remember to switch off of that later. Oh, I didn't find this before. Cromkus. Interesting. Let's not do the ice wall. It makes other attacks annoying to try to land.
Freeze their blood.
Knockdown failed. Well, that was easy. Gotta kill all the ads now. Don't hit Woolgraph. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't. Didn't intend to. Looks like there's a bunch of witch spellbooks down here. Very nice. Okay.
I feel better already.
Death Punch, Resurrect. Resurrect a dead ally.
Time, eh, my friends?
I didn't realize you could just get infinite reses with the witch class.
On the men.
Keep that in mind for next time, I guess. It's a lot of skill books.
Sweet relief.
Are those all like special skills? Because I don't think I was able to get any of those in shops
the men.
earlier. Let me take a look. Mass Slow. Meteor Strike. Make Invisible. Mute. Resurrect. Death Punch. Shadow. Oh, I've seen Shadow Step before. Maybe not. Infect. The Vicious Disease. Lowers con by 3, bodybuilding by 2. Spreads to everyone nearby. Which presumably includes allies. Oh. Oh, so the... Okay. Oops. I murdered all those goblins, but they were being abused by this guy that was talking into the totem. Whoops. Oopsies. Well, now I know.
Whoever controls that funny pipe controls the whole goblin village. Or at least that's what the shaman's always muttering about.
accidentally murder a hobo my way through that one. You just said that there was a bloodstone in the totem, and that you needed a bunch
I
of
could do
oil
with
to
a
destroy the
collar.
totem without accidentally killing anyone. Keep saving on the regular.
Going nowhere slowly.
Slowed effect from the desert is brutal.
Feeling hot under the collar?
Hey man,
Sakes alive! Are you real? My mind is turning with illusions. The spiders, it couldn't have been. Could it? My companions, is it too late?
what
There's
happened here?
cobwebs behind my eyes, coming out of my ears. Am I mad? No, impossible. I am clearer now than I have been in days. Of that much I am certain. The Spider Queen, it was she who poisoned us. She who would see her spawn gnaw off our limbs while we cried tears of thankful devotion. Yes,
Spider Queen
I
poisoned you.
can nearly remember. We're travelers, you see. Traders and merchants, ever en route from village to town. We'd heard these dusty plains would find us face to face with goblins, but this deterred us not. But the high winds proved too great for travel, and so we made an early camp that first night. As the sun disappeared below the horizon, the plains grew still, hauntingly still. We felt it in our stomachs, the unreality of it, suddenly, as though she had appeared in a thunderclap. She was there among us, and none so much as fathomed the word escape before she'd stung us. But we did not die, no. Her bite was not a poison of death, but of dreams.
Pretty cool concept.
Within minutes, each of us had succumbed. Hail to the Queen! The refrain sounded over and over, first in our minds, then from our very mouths.
I like a lot of the little side stories in this, that they like do their best to fit into the map as is. Seems bad. That seems bad.
Die, vermin!
They aggro us too. Looks like it. Okay. Spider worshippers.
Eternal silence.
I didn't realize that had small AoE on it. It's nice.
It looks like one, but stings like thousands.
So not quite in range. Blow them up before they hatch would be nice. No team. Yeah, it said North Luculla, but I don't think the spider quest is what they were talking about. I'll keep checking to see, but... That's probably another thing. It's like, okay, meteor fireballs start falling from the end of time out of nowhere. We want that to be a story beat. Why does it happen, though? I don't know, sometime when you're, like, traveling outside of the zone, trigger it? I already got that one before.
I feel better already.
Source Hunter, at your service.
Take my leave.
A stitch in time, eh, friends?
That seems bad down there. Don't blow up the chest if you can avoid it.
The time of your death is at hand.
Almost blew up the chest.
Celestial slippers.
Nothing good in there anyway, okay. But all that's back here? That doesn't seem right. They made it sound like there was some kind of, like, objective in northern Luculla that was causing the meteor storms in... ah, shit. The end of time. That's annoying. Oh, because I finished using up the turn, I couldn't use Adrenaline Rush. Okay, I see. I understand what happened. Eggs will probably hatch this turn then, or maybe not. Target's out of line of sight. The wind takes out the eggs and the huntress. Very nice. Go team. Trying to quick save aggressively here if I can.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
I must have made it to this trial by different means or something, because I don't think I went through this giant conspicuous skull door before. Voting trial grounds. Yeah, we've totally been in here before. I guess now I know where the entrance is.
Going nowhere slowly.
Dead goblin. Nothing. Where's the Spider Queen at? This might end up meriting me Googling it here soon, we'll see. This is about as north as you get, unless if it's somewhere inside here, maybe. I guess it could be over here, but that doesn't seem right for the log description. The mining system in this game is really interesting. It, like, barely ever shows up. Maybe I can go down into this mine down here somehow. Been in this chest before. Divinity, Original Sin, Stop Firestorm in End of Time. Fireballs at the End of Time. Head to the northernmost part of Lucella. Really? Do I have that? I guess it is up in here somewhere, but I thought I did all of this already. Oh, there are warps inside there, right? The waypoint makes it seem like that's the way in, but it seems to suggest that it's not. Maybe that's an entrance? Ah, it's closer to where I just was. Shit. Alright, well. Guess I can do the Immaculate Trials and then exit via the door I just found. The game is pretty oddly laid out in some parts. I wonder if there have been any, like, post-mortems from the developers, like, what they wanted to do with it versus what they had time to do. It doesn't feel, it's not bad, like, everything is fine. Each individual sub-story is cool. Feels more like the writers are, like, trying to fit as much as they can into, like, a limited set of maps, right? So I think we need a left up here, maybe? Maybe this is right.
Did someone leave an oven door open?
This looks promising, maybe. I've never been, well, no, I have been here because otherwise the map would be in fog. Should I just, like, explore 90% of this place and not do the very last thing? I suppose that's possible. Spooky demon down there, which is Tenebrium only, right? Roast me instantly, okay. Don't come closer, human.
I need another chance. I must focus.
I think that did no damage because I think he's in Tenebrium only, okay. So I should just focus on healing with the main character. Tenebrium? It's definitely a Tenebrium weapon.
Freedom! freedom from my grasp is but a distant memory.
Hold on, something's not right. I gotta look up why he's not taking damage from tenebrium weapons.
The Inferno devours me.
Don't accidentally step in the fire while trying to outrun the soft lock from the sky, apparently. Okay, to the original sin, demons don't take damage from tenebrium weapons. Tenebrium weapon's not working. Oh, you have to sneak in and destroy a stone. Okay. Pretty sure the description said that they would be weak against tenebrium, but alright, it's fine. Don't think Winged Feet works on the lava. Probably have to wait for this to run out here. My cooldown to end. This thing, right? Okay, this is gonna take a minute. This thing only takes damage from my tenebrium weapon, I guess. Destroying it makes all of the demons vulnerable, maybe? Get the bloodstone from that?
Demons, the old 1-2 right in their void rift, and not a moment too soon. Our shelter plane is saved, dear hunter, quite saved, and we have only you to thank. Excellent practice for your wrenching of all existence from the void's grasp, don't you think? Yes, Source Hunter, I'm feeling quite optimistic myself.
Okay. Do I not then fight the demons? Or get the bloodstone? Presumably the demons don't just die. No, they just die. No kidding. Okay. Man, so much of this game only works if you have Wolgraf, right?
Blessed be the conduit.
For she will guide us to ascension and the knowledge of immortality.
I guess it's also possible to just have spent resources on it, but... Alright, let's try... Get into time now. See if I get a couple more,
Guardians! A moment of your time, if it pleases you. I have been pondering and brooding, deliberating and deducting, and I have come to the conclusion that I may well know who our true enemy is.
Because you had scoundrel powers, you're able to do a lot of this?
Now, our foe is the Void, of course, the usurper of time and space. But more dangerous even than the great and all-consuming nothing are those who are bent on helping it here, or bent on helping it on Rivellon. I think he still lives. The one that set it all in motion. The one you've met here in the House of the Guardians. Yes, him. It. The one who does not look quite like he used to. The one that whispered deceit and desire into Astarte's ears. He is friend to the void, and he seeks to give it dominion once and for all. That is who I think he is.
Who does this talk?
As a writer, I'm going to have to disagree with you there, but even then, please don't be fooled, for he does much more than wag his tongue. What we see here, in what was once your house, is most certainly real, but the demon, Astarte, they are, so I believe, mere manifestations of their true selves. Oh, he dwells somewhere. He must. It is a creature of blood and bloodlust, of lies and stratagems. All this time he has been plotting, of that I assure you. If our enemy has a heart, he is the one that makes it beat. That is my theory.
Okay.
Plot as much as it wants. We won't fall for its tricks.
We shouldn't get overconfident, though. There is more to that thing than meets the eye.
I think there's probably more events that'll happen if I teleport out of here and then teleport back repeatedly.
How might I serve our mission?
Or who's permanently a cat.
You and Zandalor have always been close, are you?
Try warping out and then warping back and see what happens here.
It's over, beasts. You're coming
Oh, they
home.
just came here, no problem.
Or are you scared to face what you've done? The innocents you murdered.
How'd you guys get here?
No.
Are you gods too?
Here we're happy. Here we're free.
How lovely for you. Stand still then, and do enjoy your last moments free of our master's claws. They're very cross with you, you know.
No, please, have mercy. Please, not the master.
No, I told them, like, they're at the end of time. And they're like, oh, okay, thanks. And you're like, wait, what? The end of time I thought was like a special place. It's not like, you know, the Popeye's chicken at the corner of Main and High.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber.
Here we go.
I wonder what they'll say.
Impressive. A smithy and an armory.
This asshole.
To drop by. She told me you had grown, you know. That simpleton of a girl. She felt the need to inform me of the fact, with that pathetic tinge of pride in her voice. As if I did not know. As if I haven't been watching you. Like a vulture, a dying beast. I could have plucked out those dewy eyes of hers and thrown them into a frying pan like eggs. Have you ever seen Sunny Side Up staring back at you? I have. But enough of this small talk. Yes, I have been watching you, and my amusement has turned into aggravation. Yet still, I yearn for the moment you finally become powerful enough to realize the true depths of your failures. When you do, I'll be there, drawing circles in the skies, watching, waiting, ready to pounce.
We must be getting on his nerves. Excellent.
I'll never look at a fried
The
egg the
anvil of
same
creation.
way ever again, though.
It's a pretty extreme anvil. Remember when I didn't come here for like 35 hours? And then came back here after getting a whole bunch of stones? Ancient diary. 3 of us face the void dragon and 2 of us were overcome by terror. What you can do is become a guardian. Okay. It's consistent with what we've read so far. Oh, right, we want to fix everyone's equipment real quick. I think that pretty much just means I gotta fix a Woolgraph. Give him his correct weapon again. I think it was a pink Mercy Giver? Yeah. I think that's right. We check the other options just to make sure I'm not missing one. Not a push dagger. Oh no, is this one Blazing Mercy Giver of Expertise? Okay. Although I wonder if I do last added. Yeah, last added seems like it's a safer way to find what you're missing. Alright. Mythic Chest. Lock level 40. So this is... I need the knock spell for these, presumably? Fated chest. Great armory with an anvil of creation. Got it.
There you both are. How jolly! I always do prefer an audience when I give one of my history lessons. My friends, I see you found another
Several, actually.
Starstone. Jolly good of you. But I haven't been exactly idle either, for I think I may have nearly figured out why Source became so terribly tainted.
Seems important.
If Astarte is the goddess of the Source, and the void was contained in her very garden, might it stand to reason that it was in fact the void who turned Source into such a dark and terrible power?
Doesn't seem like an unreasonable hypothesis.
But the tapestry has been rewoven. Time has been restored. I must speculate no more, and instead we must see what new shred of our tale you've uncovered.
Sure.
With the Guardians distracted, Astarte lifted the lid of the God Box. What she saw was nothingness. Astarte had called forth the Void Dragon, whose sole purpose was to undo all creation. Caught off guard and terrified, the Guardians, sworn protectors, fled.
Became mortals?
But Astarte stood firm. She grabbed hold of the dragon and hurled it and herself into the reaches of the void. Here she battled the dragon for all eternity. For his deception, the Trife was cast out of the first creation. He fell to Rivellon, a monstrous creature unworthy of the realm of the gods.
Trife is basically Lucifer.
Since that terrible day, Source has been tainted by the presence of the void. A once beautiful power has become corrupted, and those attempting to wield it often go mad in the process.
Aren't you going to leap through? Who knows what wonder awaits you?
There's a
Trader's Emporium.
seafaring atmosphere about this place.
And seafaring.
Guardians. Oh, Guardians, I need you. Heed my plea in these void-filled hours. The dragon is overpowering me. Our enemies are battering the fragile gates of time. The skies are darkening, and the stars are being extinguished. You have to reach me. Star stones will pave the way. Find them, use them, empower them, and hurry. Please make haste.
Running out. Only Starstone can stay the maelstrom now.
Alas, that the damnable stuff is hidden better than a leprechaun's pot of gold. We may have been tricked into allowing Astarte to open the God Box, but we fled when faced with the Void once more.
What cowards we were. Let us only pray we still have time to undo our mistakes. All this chaos is our fault.
To think that all this chaos was unleashed by our foolishness.
Vindictive. Oops. Ancient letter. Hi,
welcome,
Brian.
Step right up. Browse these
What?
fine goods from far-flung fairy worlds and local slums the same. Take your time, or don't. Time is meaningless after all.
But does he like draw on every other shop in the game or something? No, he doesn't. He has stuff, but does he have random stuff maybe? Tough heroic Tenebrium crossbow of the firebrand. Okay. Tenebrium bow of silencing. That might be an upgrade for Bear Daughter. No, I'd have to switch to Bear Daughter, but I can't. I'm not allowed to talk to him with Bear Daughter, right?
Good day.
Fire elemental being kept in a... Okay. He must like draw, he must have like a random stock or something, or maybe it's a stock that's level synced to your party. That's all I can guess. Keep following zigzags, probably taking me to the elemental statue for the final element, maybe? Yeah, it looks like it.
My friends, we come to it at last. All of the missing threads have been rewoven, and the canvas is clear for the first time in eons. The final mystery may at least reveal itself. The final thread of your memory may be restored.
That sounds nice.
Let us watch.
The Guardians had failed. Source was tainted, the void was loosed, and all that stood between Rivellon and annihilation was Astarte herself. Overcome by guilt, they hoped to undo their failure by undoing reality itself. And so, they ripped their threads from the tapestry of time, so becoming unknown to history and unknowing of themselves for all eternity.
Okay.
As their threads fell to Rivellon like shooting stars, they hardened into crystals the people called Starstones.
Okay.
Three out of 4 have already been reinstated, and now the last of the elemental shall rejoin its illustrious masters. Glory be unto them, and glory be unto you.
Thanks, elemental statue.
So the souls within us intentionally tore themselves from the tapestry of time.
Look what happened.
Still, duty is honor, and honor is duty. I can understand their not being able to live with having failed to protect the God Box.
And forest. This is a playing worthy of an Earth elemental, all right.
Guardians, I ask of you, what are you doing? What good can come of your misguided actions? I have tried to warn you. I have tried to be your friend by pointing toward the one great truth that is the Void Dragon, and say, relent. For you have failed before, and you shall fail again.
Seems likely.
Why is it so difficult for you to accept that which is inevitable. All things must pass away, even time itself. Sit ye down, rest, be weary no longer. Acquiesce in the embrace of oblivion, in which there is nothing but the equality and the harmony of non-existence.
Seems like a pretty cool deal to me.
Has tried to be our friend. That word has truly lost all meaning.
A blessing awaits beyond the end of time. Death's blessing, yes, but no more.
The spirit of Father Nature came to me in a dream last night, and he told me to welcome you.
Hi, Pete. You're a rock man. I don't have either of these jobs.
May the Earth's vibrations rock you gently.
You too, dude. Alessa died so we might live. There was a third. They were poly all along. Okay. Well, I've got the full tapestry, so can I fix the problem at the end of time? Go see if Zigzags has anything new for me here. Does.
You have a moment, my friends, to indulge an old imp? I want you to know that I have been giving your history a lot of thought. For any historian worth his salt duly contemplates the events he records and researches.
Sure.
It is my solemn conclusion that you have been treated rather harshly, and that the harshest punishment of all was delivered unto you by your very own hands. For tell me true, what are humans worth, even if they ascend to the status of demigod, if they be void of all doubt, if they question unfailingly their duty? The demon abused a most primal emotion, and because of that, that emotion has been dubbed a weakness. Nay, I say, it is not. Indeed, it will save us yet, be it in the very last nick of time. So, chipper up, eh? Not like the near impending end of all is entirely your fault.
Thanks.
A chapel, and a truly beautiful one at that.
I have the feeling it has long since been abandoned by the gods, though.
Zigzags doesn't think we're utter failures. Doubt it's not a blight, but a blessing.
I couldn't agree more. In fact, I'd go so far as to say we didn't fail at
Wouldn't
all.
go that far.
That may have been the
It seems
gods'
like
conclusion.
beating yourself up counts as being vindictive towards yourself.
O guardians in whose hands rests the fate of all, I know he, the usurper, the instigator, has been trying to charm you. Charm you like he once did us both before.
I mean, he might do a better job of charming me if he didn't look like Satan.
Do not listen
and talk
to
like
him.
Satan.
Do not listen, for every sound he makes is another vocalization of deceit.
The real deceiver is
And what is
Zigzags.
more, a ruse to mark his weakness. First he seems to mock you, then he seems to menace you, then he seems to mesmerize you. But all the while, what he really does is fear you. His desire has been long in the making. The freedom among the void that is his unfathomable dream. But I have stopped him once, and you can do so again. You have pieced yourselves back together, guardians. You are greater now, perhaps, than you ever were. The maw of the void is chomping with big black teeth. But there is still time to kill the beast. Rise up, guardians. Stand up. Come to me at the center of the maelstrom and stand by me.
Our enemies fear us.
And well they should. We'll hit the void in the jaw yet, and put a halt to its ceaseless devouring of creation.
Try anyway.
Why? You're home. How long it's been? Centuries? Eons? Since you've come to me in search of salvation. But I have not changed nearly so thoroughly as you have. My offerings remain the same, dear protector. As have my prices.
It's a potion seller that's a stone altar?
Potions of great and incomparable strength, dear protector, as ever. During the Great War, you found full resistance to the elements quite useful. Perhaps history will repeat itself.
Potion seller. I'm going into battle. Okay. Sure, why not? Why is... It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. This is far from the most puzzlingly constructed game I've played on stream, but it is very puzzling. Turning back to your chair.
There is magic to this place, isn't there? No.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not?
Solved your imp problem.
Well, I'm not pleased about it, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, that was the wrong answer.
Excuse me, my friend. I seem to have lost my temper.
Later, dude. Okay. Maybe now is good enough? Let's see. Yeah, lore is the priority. Like, we care about the elements of the setting that we want to talk to you about, Astarte and the Void Dragon. It doesn't matter the order in which we get it to you. I mean, maybe it's the problem of, like, wanting to have the game be about the, like, cosmic factor, who all the gods are, what, you know, the deal is with these really important divine characters, and, like, that's what they want to be talking about, but they also need to play a video game where you just play as two humans running around, picking locks and killing rats in basements, right? And it's like you can do one that builds into the other, but it's kind of hard to do both at the same time, which is why it's so weird when you do the Counselor Jake murder quest, and you go into his study and it warps you to the fucking end of time, and you're like, whoa, what? Like, I thought I was solving a murder, like...
Once more, a great guardian. Divine,
hey,
you are whole once more, restored to your former glory and power. Ready are you for what lies beyond. Ready are you to illuminate the darkness.
I don't think that's just an issue of that was the first Starstone I did, and there may have been a more appropriate intended first Starstone. I think basically all of the quests that are word Starstones early on would be jarring to immediately warp you into the end of time afterward, right? Lock level 99. Yeah, that seems like the one you're most likely to get first. maybe that's what the disconnect is that they basically written like 2 or 3 lore companion books for a Dungeons and Dragons tabletop setting, and then they're like, okay, well, let's make a video game out of that, right? Like, Planescape Torment is also pretty like high stakes, high concepts. We're exploring the different planes of reality, kind of a thing. But it's also a really personal story about the main character losing his memories, his relationship to Ravel Puzzlewell, right? The individual characters that you run into along the way. And Planescape also feels like it kind of just like suddenly has to wrap because they run out of budget or whatever. But it feels pretty like concise and intentional up to that point.
The fervor of light.
Yeah. Well, Disco Elysium being based on based in some way on Planescape Torment isn't surprising. Trap, lever, skeleton. Button. Not button? Sure. Yeah, I think it being more linear would help. I don't know if this is the best kind of story to try to tell in a non-linear, go whatever direction you want sort of way. And I guess the stuff that's like small side story stuff with like Wolgraf getting his voice back, to me that's like, those are the strongest individual beats in the game. Must be another button I'm missing, or maybe I have to reset to continue.
Methinks I spy a button there. Can't trick eyes keen as mine.
Thanks, Wolgraf. Way to go, buddy. Pink bow might be an upgrade, maybe? Probably not without any added damage. +2 speed is neat, though. I feel like Disco Elysium is almost the opposite of this game. Disco Elysium is like concerned with individual characters so much, right? That the overarching plot almost kind of falls away to the conversations with the, you know, union leader guy or Joyce or the man on the balcony or the dice maker lady, right? Like, and I think the way that Disco Elysium is laid out, it works really well in that game. But you could go into that game hoping to get, like, a detective mystery that you can solve yourself by playing along with the story, and you'll be very disappointed, right? Because it's not that game. Disco Elysium is like, hey, we worked really, really, really hard on fleshing out these specific NPCs, and we're going to make a whole game out of them. NPCs and main character, I suppose. But this is, hey, we worked really hard on fleshing out this, like, setting and backstory. Let's make a game out of it. You can always fall back on doing the main story in Disco Elysium when you run out of things to do. Yeah. It's neat when you kind of figure out that, like, dicking around is the point of Disco Elysium, too. And the endgame seems to encourage it. This one does that, too, where it's like, okay, you have to get all these star stones, which means you have to do some requisite number of side quests. Trial of Ascension logs. Minute 502. "199 ways to wisdom." I guess Disco Elysium has a lot of world stuff, like the Pale and the, like, history of the world and the different Isolas, but, like, I guess it doesn't... You kind of quickly figure out that, like, knowing about this stuff isn't... The developers don't particularly care, right? That you know the history of the Oranese people or whatever, right? Here, I feel like they care that you get who Astarte is and who the Void Dragon is and what the deal is with the Trife, their Lucifer character thing. So there must be a way to move this bookcase. Hopefully it's not interacting with a specific book in this room somewhere. Just lighting all these candles, maybe? Not that simple. Excuse me. Maybe another one I have to look up here in a second. Try turning off all of the coal baskets, maybe. Just attack it, maybe? Seem to be the answer. Puzzle in the Source Temple. Burn all the candles. What the fuck? Light the middle candle. Okay, so it is candle based, so glad I checked. Nope, that's incorrect. First comes passion, love, and the support for fellow souls. Next comes enlightenment and wisdom, then devotion. Ascension. First set of statues. Okay, so there's something I have to do elsewhere in here, I guess? I like the jank in a lot of these puzzles. I think it's kind of cool that they decided to go weird with it, you know? Those things, maybe? Been through this door, and I don't know how to get through it. Always closes the door behind me. Okay. Is this like a warp through the door thing again? Weird puzzle we had earlier that required that. Sight. Maybe there's a place through here where it's not out of line of sight. No. It's definitely another waypoint across this broken bridge. We already got the thing that was over here. I think that lever does anything, right?
I need a remedy!
Pressing that just spawns poison that you can't do anything about.
On the mend!
Excuse me.
Sweet relief.
I can open this door.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
You can press this switch. You blow up this crap.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
Try pressing this lever, which appears to do nothing.
Into the fray once more. A strange sort of pit. There must be a way to disarm it.
Nothing to do with the skeleton, right? Is it like moving the vase? Block the trap, maybe?
What venom churns within me?
That didn't do anything. Maybe I'm allowed to warp across the bridge. Try that.
As good as a new penny.
Yes!
Bless the
Seven, I am
seven!
restored.
I am restored! I feel better already!
Use some kind of trap over here.
Sweet relief.
Wooden door. Can I attack it? Yes. Can I... Oh, we got that waypoint? That doesn't seem right, but okay.
Does anybody else smell smoke?
Let me make a save just in case that was like a sequence break and I don't soft lock myself. I think they make it hard to do that because you can always warp out. Still.
I've copped a worse punishment from here.
This is the vault. Don't think this is how I was supposed to get here. Trial statue. Big belt. HP boost on that. Stand for the tangible, the real, for the world we live in. All I can taste, touch, hear, and feel. Okay. Maybe it's like you have to talk to them or attack them in a certain order. I have a small amount of HP. Me over here? What the fuck? Dude, It must have warped me out because I made a mistake? I'm so confused. Hold on. The same statue's back. Yes, okay. Wise decision. Maybe for each pair of statues, there's one I'm supposed to destroy and one I'm supposed to leave up. Ooh. Ink axe. Jack of plates. Chest piece. Oh, that's probably an upgrade for Marstead. Let me see. Oh, but it requires dexterity 9. Okay. Oh well, random loot. Earthgate key. Okay. I don't think I did that the way I was supposed to. We destroyed the wrong statue. We have to start from the beginning. Self-awareness. Have Trial of Ascension. Here you could skip the test of self-awareness. Made it to the first set of statues, destroyed one of the two statues. Sent back to the beginning of the temple. The answer is in the middle of the library alone. It's the only path I haven't been down, and I don't know that my little key that I just got opens these doors. They don't look the kind of doors that get opened by keys. Maybe they do. Alright, well, I'm not supposed to break that door down because of its insane hit point total. Right, like she can't even begin to attack it, presumably. No. So is there like another switch over here somewhere? I can't warp to it with Volgraph from that other bridge. At least I don't think so. I don't think Volgraph can see it from back here. Block, target's out of sight. No switches down here. At least not as far as I can see. Right, so this statue's lit up now, and it wasn't lit up before, or at least I don't think it was. Stuff back through here. It looks like there's an earth door. Unlock the earth gate. So I feel like I got this far by cheating. Wolgraf, when did that save? Son of a bitch. This isn't that far back. Tangible, real. Destroy the tangible, I guess. Thank you for trying harder, party members, to not, like, walk in the lava and die. Oh, does the loot in here change this time? It did, I think. I think I hate procedurally generated loot. It's probably not fair, because it's the easiest way to do loot in video games. So, shouldn't get mad at devs for doing it the way that's reasonable when you have this volume of containers and stuff, but... It's harder for me to care about taking the time to like appraise an item to see if it's an upgrade over what I currently have when I know that it was just generated randomly, right? There's a handful of authored loot items in this game. Like I want to say one of the weapons, the one-handed weapons we got from Cassandra was not randomly generated. Scoundrel shit. You're so confused in your second playthrough. When I got stuck earlier, I was trying to figure out how to get past some room. It said something about how in the original version of the game you could use the Death Knight's Bane spell on those statues. The invincible trap statues. Because I guess in the original version of the game, there was only one form of invulnerability, and it also was on those statues. So you could use Death Knight's Bane to remove it from basically everything in the game. Do I have like a... No, I don't have the pyramid on me. Save before we fuck with this. Stand for myself above all else. You destroy selfishness. Oh, I failed because I hit it with Woolgraf. Okay. So I have to have Woolgraf walk back through and bring the teleport pyramid with him this time, I think. Ooh, this is potentially an upgrade, maybe? Institution. Can I do that from a great distance? Oh, that was based on proximity. Still worse. Really? Okay. Thank you. I didn't know that. Or if I did know that, I forgot that. Of self-awareness lights in your honor. There's a lever that shut off all the traps, I guess. So much for disabling all the traps. Never mind. That was incorrect. Disables some of the traps. Alright, so 2 of these statues are glowing now, but there's still a path I haven't taken in this back corner. And I don't think there was like a glowing logo over the door that I couldn't get through before. Maybe there was. I don't see one. Still have no idea what that lever does. How in the heck? There must be a switch that I'm missing somewhere. Hey, Calic, how you doing? Try going in the final room again, I guess. There's only those 2 statues. Unless if I have to, like, eventually destroy all 4 statues. Alright, let me look this up really quick. Don't have a ton of time left here today, but go to the right, the poison room. There's a small switch to the right of the door. Maybe I just don't have a high enough perception to see it? Yeah, I haven't been seeing it. It does mention something about having a perception skill check, but it would be weird to, like, have me detect every button in the game up until right now, right?
I feel better already. Into the fray once more. Into the fray once more.
There's a 3rd place for a statue there to be lit up.
I feel
Stitch
better
in time,
already.
friends?
Let's try doing the opposite of what I did before for the candle. Okay, that seems like that's the right choice. Seems right. So maybe it was just the 2 statues and that last region is irrelevant?
At your service.
That seems correct. still think there was supposed to be an extra statue back there, but I guess I didn't have a high enough perception to see the switch for it. Maybe? I don't know.
The Trial of Ascension is behind us. Do you feel quite ascended?
Lightning indeed.
An interesting moment of reflection in the midst of our journey, indeed.
Find the buttons, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. It's your first exposure to it. My first exposure was probably Baldur's Gate 2. Dandalore. Sheath my weapon.
Much better. Thanks.
How you doing, buddy? Why is Zandalore... What the fuck?
Zandalore? But what is...
Wait.
Leandra. She was here, wasn't
Was he
she?
not supposed to get up and talk to me for a second? What did I break?
Stand back, Guardians. Zandalore is unconscious, but the pulse of life beats
God.
within him still. I must heal him before it's too late.
What did... Leandra... She's here somewhere. She... Ikara.
As ever, Zandalore. Are you all right?
I'm better than I've any right to be, thanks to you. She was just here, Ikara. She must have brought her Death Knights through the portal and then destroyed it behind her. I thought I could defend it, but she...
She isn't herself. She's become something... something I can hardly comprehend. She needs our help, Zandalore. And the Guardians need every moment they can get if they're to find her.
The Guardians? My heavens. Can it be? Then the myths are true. But my amulet, the Starstone, that must mean the protectors of the Godbox are real. They have returned. The Slayers of the Void. How can it be that you've raised yourselves from lost spirits to saviors? Here you are, standing before your ancestral home once more, while I've only managed to get myself knocked on the flat of my back. Again. Anything I can do to help you, Guardians, you must ask of me. If I can provide even a modicum of assistance to you, my purpose will have been fulfilled.
What do you know of us?
I am the last of my kind. A keeper of the Source. Keeper of its memory. Of its most ancient secrets. Some of the earliest devotees of Source created certain sacred documents, one of which fell into Leandra's hands. That could preserve the memory of that power, come what may. To most,
Finish this conversation, then we'll wrap for today.
but to a knowing eye, they contained the most important details of our past. As the Keeper of the Source, it was my responsibility to protect these secrets, including the secret of this portal. But Leandra has stayed one step ahead of me at every turn.
What happened?
Leandra attacked me. Once she'd located the rune of the forest spirit, she and her Death Knight stormed this place with little ceremony. The portal behind me led to the First Garden. That realm of the gods where you once dwelled, and that I have been sworn to protect. Now that she's leapt through, my gravest fears are one step closer to reality. I believe that Leandra intends to use her army to wage war against Astarte and free the Void, and that she is well on her way to doing just that. But here you are. The Guardians. A fantasy turned to fact. And so I hope salvation. How remarkable. How utterly remarkable. You must be here to finish what you began so many millennia ago. You must be here to cage the Void once and for all.
Why us?
Who else but the Guardians of the Godbox could defeat the Void Dragon? Who but its first defeaters could encase it once and for all? The souls that reside within you are more noble, more dear than any who have or ever will live. Only those souls have ever subdued the dragon. Only they will subdue it once more.
Tell us what we must do.
You yourselves must enter the first garden. You must face Leandra. And if we are too late, the Void Dragon. You have slain it once before, Guardians. You will succeed again.
Leandra has destroyed this portal, but your work restoring your threads to the tapestry of time has sparked the Homestead's last shrine. A portal that could only have been remembered by the Guardians themselves.
So, anyone who's beaten this game before, I got an achievement that popped up that made it sound like this is the end of the game, and Zandalor's making it sound like this is the end of the game, like going to fight the Void Dragon. Is there like an hour or two left of
the
this?
Tapestry of Time.
Because the How Long to Beat says that there's 20 hours left. This was not originally added as main plus extra. So I might have to do what we did with Shadow Hearts 3 and figure something out with the SP spending for this game, if we're this close to finishing.
We'll accompany you, Guardian, but know that I cannot give up on Leandra just yet. I cannot believe my own sister incapable of redemption.
You tell us about the first
As
garden.
I understand it, the first garden was the goddess Astarte's home, the birthplace of Source itself. If the legends are true, and it appears they are, you yourselves dwelled there for centuries. It is my belief that Leandra is
I feel like I've done
preparing to call
a ton of side quests in this too, because I needed to get all
shut
the
Astarte within the box.
blood shards.
If that should happen, the Void will fly free and consume all. Now that you have remembered your true natures, the path to the first garden will be clear. You will turn to your primordial home, and together we can face what is to come. As you wish, Guardians. When you are ready, we will enter the first garden together. With you return to us at last, I dare hope we may end this madness yet.
Cool.
Yet again, Leandra disabled Zandalor, but did not kill him. Perhaps there's hope she may be redeemed.
Seed of humanity lives within her.
A seed of humanity still lives within her. Perhaps it may yet grow.
Seed might well be the key that ends this madness.
That seed might well be the key that ends this madness.
It actually makes me wonder now if I, like, accidentally didn't advance the live split timer or it got set back by a bunch. I'll have to check how many hours are on this on YouTube. Okay. We're up to the end of time. Future Marstead, it looks like you're at the end of the game.
Dear
So,
guardians, dear saviors, dear friends, your labors have
This
borne
play.
essential fruit. Fruit that will save us all. The final portal is opened. The portal to the first garden. Leandra and the Trife are so very close to bringing the dragon back to bear upon Rivellon. But you are so very close to stopping them. This way, the destiny of time itself awaits.
Future Marstead, it seems like you're at the end of the game. There's a pig here now. What the fuck? Okay. It seems like you're at the end of the game. It says that this is the final portal. Before you start next session, Google it to see if this is the end of the game, to kind of estimate how much time is left over.
About Leandra. About that night.
No, Zandalor. Not now.
But before we go through, before we see her again, I want you to...
Enough. The Guardians need us. There's no time for this.
Right. Future Marstead, go back and listen to the thing I just said. Figure out how close you are. Book time to go over if you need to go over, so don't just have a hard 2-hour cutoff. I think my wife's going to be traveling next week Sunday, so I should be able to just play until we beat it. And then also figure out how off we are from the How Long to Beat compared to how off we were on Shadow Hearts 3 and determine whether a partial refund is warranted for this game, because beating it 20 hours early is pretty out of sorts, even for a long game like this one. Thanks, folks, for hanging out. I'll let you know what's coming up. The walkthrough says this is basically the end. Okay, good to know.